I'll wait for you and then I'll turn it on.
Yep. Hi, everyone. The broadcast just started. We can wait another couple minutes for more people to attend and then we can start. Cool. Sharon, I'm muting myself.
Okay.
Sharon, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. I'm standing by, ready when you are.
Very good. I will just wait another minute and then we can start. And Sharon can. Yeah. Sharon, I think we're good to start. So I'll introduce you. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the webinar. This is our second webinar of a 4-part series. So Annick's here, so fantastic. Great. So this is Sharon. If anybody can see
Hi,
the...
everyone.
Cool.
Welcome.
All right. So we are doing the SWIG new members training. Well, it's going to be renamed very soon. So I'm Harren and here's Sharon. So welcome to the new partners training. So before we go on today, make sure your phones are switched off or put on silent for at least for the next half an hour. And make sure internet is working and take some notes because there are some valuable information going to be shared with you. And please type in your question if you're unsure. All right. And we'll answer them at the end of this presentation. And what to expect today. So Sharon, you can take care from here.
Great. I can't see any slides on the screen, Harren, so if you could just pop those up for us, that would be perfect. So when you're ready, I'm here. Oh, there we go. Fantastic. Welcome, everybody. It's really great to be here with you on a Saturday afternoon. The sun is shining. It's a beautiful day. It's our great pleasure to spend a little bit of time with you over the next 40 minutes or so, which we'll keep it real brief. Just to really cover just a few things today. We want to bring you some training and add some value to you. And yes, please make sure your phones are switched off or your internet or Skype and Facebook notifications aren't going to interrupt you. And so do take some notes and please give us some feedback at the end of the webinar. We're doing this for you to help you. So please let us know what you need. And, we can base our presentations around what everybody needs. So really, we just want to talk a little bit about who SWIG are and Skyway. Most of you are partners here, so already some of you are new partners and some of you have been partners a while. And so we want to just make sure we're covering the fundamentals and the basics, and we're keeping consistent with our program. We'll touch a little bit on EcoFest and also the Perth conference coming up, which is next Saturday, which is exciting. A little bit on Master Profit today. And of course, we're going to cover the training of how to add funds into your wallet. So a lot of people have had questions on this one. It's really, really simple when you know how. And at the end of the webinar as well, I'll touch a little bit on the future prospects and projects that we have coming up potentially in Australia. So I'll share that towards the end of the webinar, but I'd like to hand back now to Harren, who's going to cover the training component today. So thanks very much, Harren. I'll be back in a little while. Thank you.
Hi guys, I am back. So just last week we had a look at registration and also verification. So if anybody missed out on that particular webinar. I can provide you guys with a link for the YouTube. You guys can go and watch there. So yeah, all right. Let me get the slide up here, and then we can jump right into it. All right, guys, if you guys can see the screen, if you guys can just verify that, that'd be great. All right, so first things first, before we do anything, we need to log into SWIG. All right, okay, everyone can see the screen, fantastic. Okay, so how do we log into SWIG? We covered this last week. I'm just gonna go over it again. So this is the official link, guys. www.office.skywayinvestgroup.com/en. Why en? Because it's the Russian website. We want the English version, so you're putting en at the end, and you get the English page. As soon as you click on the link, this is the first thing you will see. Will ask for your username and your password. So you already have this recorded. Just put it in. As soon as you log in, this is the first thing you will see. Your cabinet. If you have set it up properly, this is how it should look. And this means you are successfully logged in to SWIG. So last week, as I mentioned, we looked at registration and verification. So if you guys missed it out, we can provide a link to you guys to that. All right. So now this is the most important section after we have registered and verified. Next is actually setting up your packages and actually adding funds to that. So how do we do that? As soon as you log in the page, you will see multiple boxes here. News, messages, education, wallet, portfolio, deposits, statistics, structure, and partner tools. So they're all important, they're equally important, but to add funds, the wallet box is the most important. So if you guys can see here, I've just highlighted them and I've made them really clear. So if you guys can see that wallet, it should show you balances like main account and bonus account. So you're clicking on that and make sure it's selected in blue, just like what we see here. I'm going to highlight this section for you. You guys can see this part. As soon as you clicked and the box has turned blue, that means you have clicked it successfully. All right. All right. And then as soon as you clicked it correctly, you should see on your left hand side balance, add funds, invoices, funds withdrawal, and funds transfer. Most of you would have already known that. That's great. But usually Skyway website, the SWIG website needs some learning. So that's what we're doing here. And this is what you should see. Add funds. That's your friend right there. So you're clicking on add funds. And you're scrolling down the page as soon as you click add funds. And the first thing you will see is the amount of investment. So whether you are going to buy a $5 EIP or a $10,000 EIP or even a $100,000 EIP, you're actually filling it in there. And you fill in the amount first. That's the first thing. Followed by, if you scroll down the page, you should see the multiple options here to fund your account. So we have anything from a bank transfer or with internet wallets, cryptocurrency. So if you have Bitcoins, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, Redcoin, Dash, and Dogecoin, you can use that. And also bank cards. And also you have the standard bank transfer. So the most popular way to fund at this point, most of us here, we use credit cards or cryptocurrency. All right. And there are some people who actually use bank transfers. Some have said it's taken them up to a week, and some take them up to 3 days, 5 days, and there are also people who have said 14 days. So I would say keep that as an option. But if you have a credit card, it's fantastic news for you guys. The fees for credit cards used to be 2.5%. Now they're reduced for a one-time thing until the 25th, I think, to 0.5%, so 0.5% charges. So take this opportunity, guys. So add funds, these are all the options we see. So as I said, internet wallets, we have advanced cash, payer, perfect money, QE wallet. Most of the people who I know, they have at least advanced cash set up. It's an internet wallet, guys, and there's no fees to put in the money. It's standard internet credit card charges. So if you do have that, you can actually fund your account and keep on using that. Or this is the most favorite option. As I said, for people that have fund your accounts, you know, it used to be 2.5%. It is now 0.5%, guys. So take the opportunity, because you can actually fund your account for a much cheaper price, because before you have to pay 2.5%. Now it's 0.5%. Moving on. So how do we know we actually following the correct steps? So if I'm using a bank card, if you look at the previous slide, it's not selected. So one thing with Skyway, how do you know you're actually going to the right page? When you actually click on the button, it will be highlighted in blue, just like what you see in this slide. Once it's highlighted in blue, I want you to scroll down the page and look for this button here. It's called Add Funds. All right. As soon as you click Add Funds, of course, so you're looking for this button here, and if you're funding through Bitcoins, again, it's temporarily unavailable at this point, but it will be back on most probably today or tonight, as I spoke to the chat support group. So why it's temporarily unavailable is purely because a lot of people are funding the accounts at this moment. It's just going through some confirmations. So it will be back, so don't worry. And the time of crediting the money, they've given you 30 minutes. It's actually much faster than that, but 30 minutes is the waiting time here. All right, so as soon as you click that button over there, Add Funds, I'm going back to which button I'm referring. So that's the button, guys. You should be coming to a page like this where saying payment, and you are clicking for payment. All right. And if you're funding through credit cards, this is the first page you will see. It will have your payment number, the amount, and the payment method. So bank cards, it's your credit card, and it will have your name, email, and phone number. So this information is pre-filled. You are not filling that in. And how it is pre-filled is through your profile from SWIG cabinet. So how do I go about it? You click on I agree with the terms for personal data processing, and there's a next button. As soon as you click the next button, you should have a pop-up very similar to this. This is your payment platform, and we are selecting bank cards. So it's a standard credit card form here. You're putting in your card number, your date of expiry, and the final 3 digits, which is back of your card, and your exact name as per the card. And if you do this correctly, the money should be in your account in the next 20 to 30 seconds. Depends on the processing time, but the credit card is the fastest way to fund the account, guys. And if you're using Bitcoins, again, you're clicking for payment, and it comes up with a page very similar to this with the exact amount of Bitcoins and also the address. And you have half an hour to pay, guys. Usually it only takes a couple minutes. And if you do everything correctly, sending the correct amount of Bitcoins, and if the payment is received in the network, you should be seeing something very similar to this where it's saying, we can see your payment. I'm going to highlight that part, guys, so you're not lost. I'm highlighting that part. All right, that's probably not a good idea. Okay, sorry guys. You guys can see this section here where I have this part. We can see your payment. Please allow up to 30 to 60 minutes for this payment to confirm. Now, from what I understood, Bitcoin takes at least 6 confirmations in the network, but with Skyway Invest Group, I think 1 confirmation will actually be enough, and the funds will be in your account. I recently funded about $5,000 into my account, and it only took me less than 20 minutes to get the funds in my account. So again, guys, cryptocurrency at the moment, it's unavailable as of today, Saturday, the 21st of April, but it will be back up, so don't worry. So this is another section where I wanted to show you guys. I'm just going to go to the web page. All right. If you guys can see my screen, you guys can message me. All right. So I'm just going to log in. Just if this is the first time you guys logging in, you guys can see this. All right. So this is how account will look like, guys. And as soon as the funds have been added, it should show in your main account. All right. Now, how do we buy a package? It's very simple. As soon as the funds have been funded here, technically there should be some money in your main account, and assume you're buying $100 package. All right. So all you got to do is, can you see this box here where it's now highlighted in blue? All right, deposits. We're clicking on deposits. All right. So once deposits actually, it means when you're on the page, it will be actually in blue. You guys can see here. All right. Deposits is in blue. All right. And how do we buy? The first default page you will see as you scroll down is EIP installments, guys. Just so you know, the first page you will see is EIP installments. I'm circling it. All right, in green. All right. And this is where all the installment packages are, guys. If you scroll down, it starts from $10 for a $100 package up to 10 months, up to the 100,000 package for $10,000 up to 10 months. And it's very simple. You click on the register button and you follow the prompts to pay. Now I'm just going to show you guys how do we buy a standard package, which is worth $100. As you scroll down the page, you will see on the left hand side over here, and we are going to show you this. All right. If you guys can see this box, which is now being highlighted, this is where it's very important, guys. So this is your menu for deposit. This is where you will see MasterProf EIP installment, standard EIP. So every time you're buying a standard package, it should be on the standard EIP. And if you clicked it correctly, always remember to scroll down the page, guys, and you will see all the packages here. So EIP stable, which is this one here, the fifth one down the box, is the $100 package. So we're selecting that, and you should see here right on the top where the value of package is $100 and the amount of shares we get is 6,000. All right, and you're clicking arrange, and you're clicking arrange, and this is how you're buying the packages, guys. All right, so this is something that always comes up. It wants you to confirm your mailing address at least once a month. I'm just saving that if you guys are watching this. This will happen to you. It's a standard process where you're checking your account and going ahead. So this is the payment page you will see, guys. So The goods is EIP stable. The cost is 100 units, which is 1 unit is equivalent to $1, so 100 units. Amount of goods is 1. Number of pre-IPO equity shares as a gift is 6,000, and also tells you how much the share is worth, the pipes are worth for that particular package you're purchasing. And you are going to fund this either through your bonus account or your main account. So as soon as you fund your account, it should be in your main account, which is the investment account. So we're going to use that, and we're going to click buy. All right. And if the funds are sufficient, like now I'm using an $8 main account, which is not going to work. But if the funds are sufficient, when you click buy, it asks for a confirmation, and you're going to go on from there. So this is how we are adding funds and adding deposit, guys. If anybody have any questions, you guys can ask me. And you, of course, if you're building a network, you can always use your bonus account money to purchase this. But if you're buying it for yourself, all right, now this is important. Most people would ignore this. If you guys can see on this side here, I'm going to highlight it again. Most people ignore this part, partner EIP. If anybody don't know what partner EIP is, well, I'm telling you right now. If you select partner EIP, now if you all remember, for $100, you're actually receiving 6,000 pipes. All right. If you guys listen to what I said, just say yes, or you can put a plus in the chat box. Okay. If you do select partner EIP, it's very simple. For the same $100 as a partner, the company wants to reward you more. So if you put 100 US over there, as you can see, you're receiving 7,000 pipes now. If you guys can see, I've just highlighted that part. 7,000 pipes. Now, isn't that interesting? So this only happens when you use the bonus account, guys. 7,000 pipes. Okay? This only happens when you use the bonus account. Now, what happens if I'm funding $1,000 now? So for $1,000 as a standard account, we are receiving 90,000 shares. But here, for $1,000, we are now receiving 110,000. Now, this is only for the partners, and you can only use your bonus account money. So keep this in mind. You're actually getting more for what you're paying. So it's fantastic, guys. And before you buy, as Sharon has mentioned here, it's good to go shopping and compare some options first. End of the day, you might be happy with, getting this as a partner EIP. So even before you decide, please talk to your, your sponsor or your group leader. They will put you into the right direction. All right. So now this is the end of my part, and Sharon will take over from this. Sharon, you there?
Yes, I'm here. I'm here. Thank you.
All right. So I'm going to get your slide up now, Sharon. And you're going to continue.
Okay. Thanks, Sharon. That was really great. Well done. Yeah, I think that was really informative. Hopefully that helps somebody just to make it a little bit more clear on how to add funds. And a lot of people may not have been aware of the Bitcoin option and might be a little bit afraid of trying that. But, it's all fairly simple. We just need to follow the prompts on the screen.
Yes.
And if you're having problems, the live support chat is there for you as well, who can help you, or phone a friend, like your upline, your sponsor, your team leader, whoever's helping you and giving you direction, with purchasing your EIPs. So we've got something coming on the screen in just a minute, so just waiting for that. I'm just going to share a little bit of information and a bit of a story, actually. Who likes stories? I do. I love stories. Earlier this year, I was fortunate enough to go along to a meeting with these great gentlemen here. I'm sure you recognize Andre Havrato, Anatoly Yaninsky, and Mr. Rod Hook from Australia. So we sort of mentioned last week on the webinar that a meeting did take place. I thought I'd actually show you a few photos. I had a call today from someone to say, have you really been there? So I wanted to show you, yes, I have actually been there, and I've met these wonderful people. Here's Mari giving Anatoly a big hug. It's like a big family, guys. They're so lovely. They're so kind and very hospitable people. They really do get the message of family and friends and partners, and they embrace, you know, that is a very special partnership. So we have, you know, obviously some negotiations going on. There's some meetings that have been happening, and we're going to hear the results of those very soon. Unfortunately, I'm not privileged to share that with you today because I don't know. I haven't been told myself. So, but as always, official news will come through your back office, and then we're allowed to broadcast it. So sometimes we have given a bit of information that we know something's happening, and we're all excited and we want to share it and shout it to the world. But as with any negotiation, there's always a little bit of give and take that needs to happen before agreements are, you know, in cooperation and everybody's happy. So looking to create a lot of win-wins with these amazing people, and getting to, you know them is really a wonderful opportunity. I'm sure you guys will get to know them too as well. So they're approachable, they're available. You know, if you're in Minsk, if you're coming along to the EcoFest or the SWIG Fest this year, you'll get to meet them as well. So we can move on to the next slide. Thank you, Haran. See what we have in here. Surprises coming. Okay, so a little bit about EcoFest. So this is exciting. Last year I was privileged enough to go along to the Eco Techno Park, which was an amazing event. There were 5,000 delegates from all around the world. We had an opportunity to see the rolling stock on display, to go along to the museum. We saw all the names in the museum, the stars, as Anatoly calls them, all the people who partnered with the company. Their names are up in lights in the museum there, which actually is glow paint. So that's his stars. That's the way he represented it. So it's quite a big parcel of land, and so please wear something comfortable when you come, because you'll be doing a lot of walking and you'll actually get to see this with your own eyes. So we're waiting for the announcement of what the date will be. We are told that it'll be released on the 1st of May. So indicative of potentially the end of July, early August. We don't know exactly yet, but please be prepared, be fit. If you're coming from Australia or, you know, far away, yeah, it's quite a rigorous journey to get to Belarus. So I would strongly encourage you to start training, get yourself fit and healthy. It's a really wonderful opportunity to get along to that. And of course, we're planning to take 100 people minimum from Australia. So if you want to be a part of that, we've got guys across Australia that are organising that. Nathan from Perth, and also Andrew from Queensland, and Neil from New Zealand as well. So we'd love to bring New Zealand partners as well. And if we can, you know, perhaps we can pack a plane. That would be awesome. So I would love to have you join us on that. It'll be a wonderful, wonderful journey. So get ready for that, start planning for that, start saving for that. And if you don't have the money, you don't have the funds, all you need to do is work out a plan, a strategy to create the income. I mean, this is how we did it last year. You know, we didn't actually have the funds to go, but we were able to work the business. And this is what the partner training is all about, that we can show you how to achieve your goals, your life goals and purpose and dreams, and all part of the Master Profit training as well. So we can go along to the next slide. Thanks, Haran. Are you still there? Okay, so of course we're going to talk about the Perth conference, which is coming up next Saturday. So Saturday the 28th in Perth from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. You do need to register for that. It is a free event. We are providing a light lunch as well. We'd love to see you. We have some beautiful international partners here in Perth from Malaysia and the Philippines who have kindly offered to bring us some of their wonderful multicultural food. So we'll be enjoying their hospitality as well. It's a beautiful view of the Swan River and the city of Perth in South Perth. It's a really lovely place next to the yacht club. You'll enjoy the surroundings and atmosphere, but we'll be busy. We'll be down to business. We're going to have some special guests on that as well, Skyping in So and special guest presenter coming over as well. So that would be really exciting. If you haven't already registered, please do. We need to know the numbers as soon as possible, just so we can ensure that we are catering well for you. Nathan's organising that event, so it links in the Skyway Invest Group Facebook page, actually SWIG Australia and Row, under events. You can register there. There's a link in there to the Eventbrite where you can register and reserve your tickets for that as well. So please do that as soon as possible, so we can plan for you and be prepared for you as well. And there's a lot of other things coming up around Australia. We'll share on those in due course. Adelaide, Melbourne, Queensland and New Zealand, we've all got events planned for you. So they'll be coming up, and we'll release those details via the events page, and you'll also in your Facebook groups as well, because we cover a number of groups. So you'll find out from your team leader. So as the information is shared with leaders, they'll then share that with the rest of their teams as well. So we have some great leaders building here in Australia and New Zealand, of course. So some really great people we're working with as well. So yeah, do get along to Perth if you're here, or come over, join us. We'd love to see you. And of course, the Master Profi. This is very well received. Our first 3 Master Profis we had in Australia, in Queensland and New Zealand and Perth. And we're happy to announce you can now register for the Melbourne event. And this is coming up on the 18th to the 20th of May. And also Auckland, the 25th to the 27th of May. So don't delay, quickly register for those events. Now, if you've already paid for the event, of course, you just need to register. You don't need to pay again. If you are an express consultant or an express manager, that's included in your EIP purchase. So you just need to let us know you're coming, of course, because we need to make allowance for you. And there are some restrictions on how many people can attend. So please bear that in mind. If you miss out, if you take too long to decide, you might actually not get a place. So if you really want to get along to those, please hurry up and book. And as soon as it's filled up, we'll let you know. We will have some other events coming up on the Gold Coast and also Perth, and those dates and tickets will be released in due course. So hopefully we'll get to see you there. And yeah, that would be great. So of course the Master Profi as well. I don't know if you can see, like we have the little books. Can you see that? The 8 rules of the private investor. This is part of the course. You actually get one of those. You also get the Money for Life and a Dream, which is written by Andrea Vrato. And of course, you also get the book, the Opportunity Book as well, if you can see that. So lots in the book, which is a really great resource. And plus, you also get your workbook as well. And all of the slides will come via Google Drive. So lots of work behind the scenes going on to put those events together for you. We have a really great team of people here. And of course, thanks to our UK team who are making all this happen for us, because, they're our go-to girls. We call them Unitsky's Angels, because they're so awesome. We thank them very much for their help and all of their support. So that pretty much covers all that we needed to do today. We're a little bit early. We might not have too many questions and answers, but if you have a question, just type it in the chat, or we can just end off the webinar for now, and you can give us some feedback. You might actually be watching the recording, because Saturday afternoon, most people are out in the sun. It's a beautiful day. So if you're not here live, that's okay. Maybe you'll catch the recording. You feel free to message us, give us some feedback. If you'd like a different format or some more content, we're looking at how we can best meet your needs and help you and support you so that you can grow your business. So last week we talked about knowing your business. And that's the first thing. So once you know what you have here, you get all excited about it, then we want to be able to share with you. So yeah, we're just going to do a quick little poll now. So I'm going to hand back to Haran. Thank you, everybody, for listening. And Haran is just going to finish off for today. So thank you very much. Bye for now.
Hi, everyone. Yes, can you hear me? Hi
We can
guys,
hear you.
I am back. So now we're just gonna get um, some answers from you guys, so we know how we can better help you. So how long have you been a partner with Skyways? So if you're less than 1 month, less than 3 months, less than 12 months, or more than 12 months, if you can answer this, then we are organizing training courses for leaders and also partners in Perth or across Australia. So we want to help you. So if you are in this room, if we can answer this question, that'd be great, and then we will know how to help you guys. So first question is done, and if you guys are interested in the results, so 67% has said less than 3 months and 33% has said less than 12 months. All right, cool. So now the next question is, which area do you need the most assistance? So if you guys can answer this as well, that'd be great, so we know where we can focus. All right. Well, all right. So most of you guys have voted. Thank you so much. And again, the last question for the day, guys. How well do you understand the back office? In a scale 1 to 10, if you can answer this, that'd be great. So most of them in the room have said 50-50. That's good, guys. They're always here to help you guys. And the upcoming training sessions in Perth and also across the country should be able to help you guys with this. All right. All right. Thank you so much. So before you leave, we're just gonna play one last video. I think most of you guys wouldn't have seen this video. This is from the Dubai exhibition that just happened. And after this video, we'll just end this call. Thank you so much for attending today, and thank you, Sharon, if you're there. The video is right on the way, guys. And
Thanks, Aaron. Thanks, everyone. Enjoy your week.
all right, guys, thank you so much. We looking forward to see most of you in our Perth conference. Thank you so much. Have a good day.
So we won't have a webinar next week either. So just so you know, we'll actually be at the Perth conference, and then following that will be Andre Hovrato's end of month webinar as well. So you'll be able to find the details in your back office to register for that one. Thanks, everyone.